Okay, we'll start with the shlokas. Om Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Vakratunda Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Guru Me Deva, Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So today we'll start the Dhyana Shlokas also. Each week we'll do one Dhyana Shlokam. I will explain the meaning of that Shlokam. So every week we'll be adding one Shloka. So if those who have the book, the Dhyana Shlokas start after the index on page number 1. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Krathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavat Gite Bhavatveshinim. So here this shloka is telling about the Bhagavad Gita itself. We are considering Bhagavad Gita as a goddess. So Parthaya Pratibodhitam. So it was told for Partha. Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. So by whom was it told to Partha? Bhagavata himself, like by the Bhagavan himself. Narayanena Swayam, by himself. Vyasena Gratitam. And by whom was this written? By Vyasa. Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam. And who is Vyasa? He is a Purana Muni. He is a very ancient sage. And Madhye Mahabharatam. So in the middle of Mahabharatam, this Bhagavad Gita has been written by the ancient sage Vyasa, told by the Narayana himself for Arjuna. Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavat Gite Bhavatveshinim. So here the last two lines are referring to the goddess. We are considering Bhagavad Gita as the goddess. So we are referring to her Amba, Bhagavat Gite. That is the Sambodhana. Advaitamrita Varshinim. So she is showering upon us the essence of Advaita through Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatim Ashtadasha Dhyayinim. Since Bhagavad Gita has Ashtadasha Adhyayas, Ashtadasha Dhyayinim, Tvam Anusandadhami. I am meditating upon you. Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshinim. Bhagavad Gita is again the Sambodhanam. And Bhavatveshinim means she who helps us overcome all the illusion. Okay, so Bhagavad Gita helps us overcome the illusion, right? So Bhavatveshinim means that. So that is the meaning of this shloka. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Amba Tvamanusandadhami Bhagavat Gite Bhavatveshinim. Okay. So each week we'll be doing one shloka from the Dhyana Shlokas. So coming to the lesson, last week we learned how to introduce ourselves and ask the other person's name. Okay. So how did we do that? Anyone who would like to share?
Mama nama Shantala. Kim nama Saha.
Bhavatyaha nama kim.
Bhavatyaha nama kim.
Or bhavataha nama kim.
Okay. Bhavataha nama.
Bhavatyaha you say when you are asking a lady, and
yes.
Bhavataha nama kim you say when you are asking a gentleman.
Man. Yes.
Yeah. So Bhavatyaha nama kim. What is your name? Bhavataha nama kim. That also is what is your name, but Strilingam and Pumlingam.
Yes.
Mama nama Sri Vani. My name is Sri Vani. Like that, you also can introduce yourself, and when you want to ask the other person's name, we can ask saying Bhavatyaha nama kim and Bhavataha nama kim. That is something that we learned last week, and we also learned the pronouns. Okay, we learned the nouns and then the pronouns also. So nouns here are categorized based on how they end. Okay, so Ramaha, say for example, it is Rama Shabda. It ends in Akaranta. Okay, Rama. At the end of Rama, we have a short Akara, Hrasva Akara. So we say Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Rama is a Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Similarly, Krishna, Lakshmana, Bhimaha, Anjaneyaha, Arjunaha, Chhatraha, Balakaha, Adhyapakaha, all these come under Akaranta Pumlinga Shabdas. And then we have, in Strilinga, we have two Shabdas that we studied. Akaranta Strilinga Shabdam, Sita Shabdam. And then Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdam, which is Nadi Shabdam or Gauri. You can take anyone. Now these words that I'm taking for Shabdas are only like used as a reference. So we need to have some reference. So whenever we come across Drushtadhyumnaha, say for example. So Drushtadhyumnaha, how is it ending? Drushtadhyumna and then Visarga. So Nakara is followed by Hrasva Akara. So it is also an Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. So when we want to see what forms it takes, then we refer to Rama Shabda. We learn one Shabda in all forms, and then whenever we come across an Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda, it will be easy for us to refer to the Rama Shabda, how the Rama Shabda changes, and accordingly we'll make the changes to this new word that we come across. Now this you will understand a little later. Right now you might be wondering, what is this Shabda, what is this comparison? So don't worry about that right now. Just understand that in the nouns, we categorize the nouns depending on the vowel that they end with, and also based on the linga. So in Pumlinga, we have words that end with Akara. Now you might be wondering what will be words ending in other vowels. Say for example, Harihi. It is ending in Ikaranta. Right before the Visarga, Hari, Hi. Right? That Visarga is there, and right before the Visarga, the word Hari is ending in Ikaranta, Hrasva Ikara. So such words are referred to as Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabdas. We categorize all the words that end in Ikara as Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabdas. Akaranta Pumlinga Shabdas we have, Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabdas also we have. And then Ukaranta Pumlinga Shabdas. What could some such words be? Guruhu, for example, Guru. We have Ukaranta. Right before the Visarga, we have Ukara. So all such words, Vishnuhu, Guruhu, such words come under Ukaranta Pumlinga Shabdas. In Pumlinga Shabdas, these are a few. We also have Rikaranta, like Rishi, the Ri in Rishi. Some words end in R, like Pitru, Matru, Kartru. Matru is a Strilinga Shabdam, but it also ends in Rikara. So like this, we categorize all the nouns or all the words. Basically, words are either nouns or Kriya Padani, or we have some Avyayams and others. So basically, we are categorizing all the nouns depending on which Akshara they are ending, which vowel. And we are also learning the words which are ending in vowels. Okay, Ach. Ach means vowel. So the words that end in Ach are called Ajanta. Ach plus Anta there is a sandhi happening. So the chakara changes into jakara and we say ajanta. But ajanta means ach ante asti. Okay, if a word has ach means a vowel at the end, it is called ajanta. So in ajanta, we again have, like in the vowels, you have akara, ikara, ukara, rikara, right? So we will have a group of akaranta um, words, a group of ikaranta, a group of ukaranta, a group of rikaranta, and so on. And all these are within the Pumlinga Shabda. Again in Strilinga also. But in Strilinga we have akaranta. Usually in the Strilinga, the words end in long vowels. Akaranta or ikaranta or ukaranta. Of course, we have some words which end in short ikara also and short ukara. But most commonly we come across akaranta and ikaranta. So basically, we study, when we are studying the Pumlinga, we study the Akaranta Pumlinga Shabdas because those are the most common ones that we use. And then in Strilinga, we learn Akaranta and Ikaranta. And in Napumsakalingam also, we learn Akaranta Napumsakalingam, like Vanam, Pushpam, Phalam. So when you, because it is Napumsaka, we have Makara at the end. So you have to look at the vowel right before Makara, the Akshara that is right before Makara. What is it? Vanam. If you take Vanam, and if you put the Makara aside, we have Vana. We have Vana. So na, Vana is ending in Hrasva Akara. So Vanam is considered as an Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdam. Similarly, Phalam, it ends in Makara. But right before the Makara, we have an Akara, Hrasva Akara. So that is also considered as an Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdam. So we have three lingas, Pumlingam, Strilingam, and Napumsakam. And the words are categorized among these three. So a word will be either Pumlingam, Strilingam, or Napumsakalingam. Okay. So all masculine words or all men, like words representing men, like Balakaha, Chatraha, Gopalakaha, Vishnuhu, Ramaha, Lakshmanaha. When it is clearly representing a man, of course, it will be in Pumlingam. And then similarly with Strilingam, Sita, Gauri, Parvati, Vani, all these are clearly representing women. So they all take Ika, like a Strilingam. But then in Napumsakam, there is no rule that only non-living things will be given Napumsakalingam. Sometimes living things also take Napumsakalingam. And at the same time, sometimes Napumsakalingam or non-living things can also take Pumlingam or Strilingam. There is no rule that all non-living things will take only Napumsakam. So that is something new to us, because in our languages, usually, I don't know about other languages, but in Telugu, what happens is we usually take Napumsakalingam for all, or Stri Shabdam, like kind of, we treat it like a Strilinga for all the non-living things. Table undi, kurchi undi, pustakam undi, we say, right? And so on. But in Samskritam, some even non-living things will be given Pumlingam or Strilingam. Not only non-living things, living things which are not human, like trees and animals, can also be given Pumlingam or Strilingam. And how do we know which word takes which linga? Only by exposure. So as we are learning the lessons, or as you come across when you're reading an article, or when you're reading a kavya, or when you're reading a story in Samskritam, and if you see the usage of a word, that is how you learn. So when you see for the first time Gajaha, oh, Gajaha means elephant. Gaja is elephant, but Gajaha, there is a Visarga. This is an Akaranta Pumlinga. Oh, so elephant is given a Pumlinga Shabda. That is how we learn. Okay, there is no hard and fast rule for which words take Pumlinga and which words take Strilinga for non-living things, and living things among living things for the non-human living things like trees and animals, plants and animals. So as we are being exposed, that is how we learn. That is about the lingas. Okay, so here on page number 4, the second lesson, Purushaha Saha, we have words that are in Akaranta Pumlinga. Shikshakaha, Sainikaha, Nakulaha, so on. We studied this last week. And then the pronouns also. I hope those who were not able to attend last week's class have listened to the audio. If you have not listened, you can always catch up before the next class. But right now, I will briefly revise everything that we have covered in the last class. Every week, I do that. I cover what we have covered in the previous classes, a brief revision. Especially in the beginning, I do that a lot because many people come into this learning mode after a long break. Most of us are, middle-aged. We are not young students. So that learning might have stopped. We might have had a very big gap with learning. So for some people to come back to that learning and sitting and studying, it might take a little time. And memorizing also. So initially, I will do a lot of revision in the class, but you also have to start and make it a habit of spending at least 15 minutes every day initially. But slowly, I want you to increase that to 1 hour. Okay, at least 5 times a week. But initially, when you're spending only 15 minutes, try to do it throughout the week. When you slowly increase, then you can skip 1 day without practice. But as you all know, the more practice we put in, much better we will be in whatever subject that is, not only Sanskritam, in whichever subject area or art or any sport also. Practice is the only way that we can master anything. So that is definitely recommended here. Yeah. So, and then we have the pronouns, right? So in shabdas, in nouns, what did we learn? We learned that they are categorized into Strilinga, Pumlinga, and Napumsakam. And within each linga, we again have words grouped as per the ending vowel. So we have Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda, we have Ikaranta Pumlinga, Ukaranta Pumlinga. We saw only Akaranta Pumlinga last class. Similarly, in Strilinga Shabda also, we have Akaranta Strilinga like Sita, Lata, and what else do we have? Mala, and so on. And Ikaranta Pumlinga like Nadi, Saraswati, Parvati, Vani, Madhuri, so on. All these come under Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdas. These are the 2 Shabdas that we learned last week. And then in Napumsakalingam, we learned Akaranta Napumsakalinga, like Vanam, Pushpam, Phalam, Patram, Vastram, Nayanam, so on. Okay. And after learning nouns, what do? We need a pronoun, right? To go with the noun. So even in English, we say this boy or that boy. Now, what is the difference between this boy and that boy? Proximity. When the boy is right next to you, you say this boy is Rama. If that same boy is a little farther away from you, you say that boy is Rama. So this and that. For that, in Samskritam, we have Eshaha and A and Saha. Eshaha is used in close proximity and Saha is used when the person is far away. Okay. So Eshaha Ramaha, Saha Ramaha. So Rama, when Rama is next to you, you say Eshaha Ramaha. This is Rama. If Rama is far away from you, Saha Ramaha. That is Rama. This person and that person. Normally, this person is Rama and that person is Rama. So Eshaha and Saha are the pronouns in masculine gender. So we use Eshaha and Saha only with masculine words like Eshaha Ramaha, Saha Lakshmanaha, Eshaha Guruhu, Saha Chhatraha, Eshaha Vishnuhu, Saha Shivaha, and so on. Coming to Strilingam, we have Esha and Sa. I told you that usually Strilinga Shabdas end in long vowels. So you can remember it in that way. Esha, Sa. Esha we use when the person is in close proximity and Sa we use when the person is farther away from us. The same concept. But for Strilinga, we have again 2 different pronouns, Esha and Sa. So Esha Sita, if Sita is close to you. Sa Madhuri, when Madhuri is standing a little farther away from you. Esha Geetha, Sa Lata, and so on. Here, Lata need not be only the name of a person, it can also be a creeper. Actually, that is how the word Lata came. We are using it in naming people also. So, Sa Lata means that is a creeper. So, just because creeper, we refer to it as a neuter gender in other languages, we cannot use neuter pronoun. We have to use Strilinga pronoun only in Samskritam, because in Samskritam, Lata is a Strilinga Shabda. So, Sa Lata, and so on. Similarly, for Napumsakalingam, Tat and Etat, or Etat and Tat. Etat, again in close proximity, Tat when the thing is far away. So, Etat Pustakam, Tat Dwaram. Okay, Etat, what else do you have? Patram, Tat Vyajanam. Vyajanam is fan, and so on. Or Yanam. Yanam is a vehicle, and so on. So, Etat and Tat, this and that. Again, the concept is still the same. When the thing is in close proximity, we use Etat, and if it is placed farther away, we use Tat. But it represents Napumsakalinga Shabda. So, there is a tree. In Sanskritam, it is given masculine gender, Vrikshaha, we say. So, when we want to say that is a tree or that tree, we say Saha Vrikshaha, that is a tree. Because in other languages, we treat tree as a neuter gender, we cannot say Tat Vrikshaha. We have to say Eshaha Vrikshaha or Saha Vrikshaha. This is the most confusing part of this concept, because we are so much used to in our languages, in our mother tongue, that we use all non-living things and living things which are not humans as in neuter gender. We what do you say, address them with neuter gender. It will become a little confusing for us in Sanskritam suddenly to use a masculine pronoun with vrikshaha. Many times we keep say vriksham, vriksham. Why? Because in Telugu we use vriksham, the word. So initially such things will be a little confusing, but eventually you'll get to it. Like I said, the more we practice, much easier it becomes, because we are trying to undo a few things. In our language, we are referring to these objects with neuter gender. But here, some of them we might have to address with Pumlinga or Strilinga also, a few. So there, more abhyasam is needed to overcome that confusion. That's all. So in your mind, you keep it clear that non-living things and living things which are not humans can be given any gender, either Pumlinga, Strilinga, or Napumsakam. Now, which one gets which gender? There is no rule as such. We are going to learn that as we are exposed to those words. So when you see in a book a word being used in a particular linga, that is the first time you are seeing that word. That is how you learn that that word is given that linga. So that is how it is. Or another way is dictionary. So if you want to know, say for example, television is there. You want to know which linga the television is given in Sanskritam. So you can go into the dictionary and look up, because say for example, you want to make a sentence and you would like to know in which linga you should put that word, and you haven't used that word before. Another resource is dictionary, like with any other language, right? When we don't know a word and we want to use it, what do? We refer to dictionaries. Here also it is the same. So we refer to dictionary to know the words that we haven't used before. Or another way is by reading more and more. When we come across those words in the reading material, that is another way of learning, like in any other language. In other languages also, that is the same method that we use. Or listening to others. So when we are listening to advanced people speaking in Sanskritam, that is another way you learn new words, and the usage of the words also we can learn. So these are the three ways of learning any language, actually. One is the first and foremost and the most important thing is listening to others speaking in Sanskritam. And then the second one is reading reading a lot of material, stories and articles and this and that, kavyams and all that. And the third one is learning through books, like what we are doing right now. Okay, but the thing is, since we are not surrounded with people who speak in Sanskritam, it takes a little time for us to get there, which is totally fine. Don't be discouraged by that, because many times people have so much of high hopes. The minute they start Sanskritam classes or studying, they expect that they should be able to speak in a certain time period or whatever. For some people, it can happen. For some people, it may take a little bit more time. So everybody's learning curve can be different. The situations can be different. The amount of time that they put in also can be different. So, don't worry about that aspect as of now. Just enjoy learning and let us just move forward through learning. Okay. So this is about the pronouns. Eshaha, saha for masculine. Esha, sa for feminine, for strilinga, and etat, tat for napumsakalinga. So let us see a few sentences. So eshaha balakaha, this is a boy. Saha krishnaha, that is Krishna. Esha mallika, this person is Mallika, or Mallika also means jasmine. So this is jasmine. So jasmine flower is given strilinga, Mallika. It is given as strilinga. And then Sa Geetha. And here Geetha can be name of a person or Bhagavad Gita book also. So when we say Sa Geetha, that is Bhagavad Gita book. Okay. And then in Napumsakalingam, like I said, Etat Pustakam or Etat Patram. Tat Dwaram, Tat Vyajanam, Tat Yanam, Tat Chakram, any Napumsakalinga Shabda. Okay. That is how we use in sentences, small sentences. And then next comes the Vachanam. Now, in all our Indian languages, we have Ekavachanam and Bahuvachanam. In Sanskritam, we also have Dvivachanam. So, Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam. So, when there are two things, we use Dvivachanam. More than two, we use Bahuvachanam. So, how do these Shabdas change with Vachanam? Let us take Ramaha, because we are taking Rama Shabda as the standard for Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. So most of you must have studied the Rama Shabda when you studied Sanskritam in your school or colleges. So Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. You must have studied that, right? They would make us by heart or memorize the Shabda tables. Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramau, Raman, Ramena, Ramabhyam, Ramaihi, and so on. Whoever have studied Sanskritam in your school or college must remember this. But maybe you might not have seen the practical usage of those tables and the various forms of the Rama Shabda. Here we'll see that. Okay. So Ramaha, you already know. Ramaha is Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda in Ekavachanam. When there is only one Rama, Ramaha. When there is only one boy, Balakaha, Chatraha, Ashvaha, Arjunaha, and so on. Say, for example, we have two boys. How do we refer to them? Balakau. Okay, so Ramaha, Ramau. And then when there are plenty of boys, Balakaha. So Ramaha. Now, why I am also referring to the Balaka Shabdam is, some people might have a question, why will there be two Ramas or why will there be many Ramas? It is not about having two Ramas or many Ramas. We are only using that Shabda to represent Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam. But in practical usage, to answer such questions, there might be, in a class, there might be more than one person with the name Rama. Say, for example, if you have two boys with the name Rama, that is when you use Ramau. And when you have more than two boys with the same name Rama, Ramaha, Ramaha, Agachanti. On the three Ramas. Here, Ramaha does not say three, it indicates more than two. It can be 3 or 5 or 10 or even 100. Okay. So that is Bahuvachanam. So in Pumlinga, in Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda, we have Ramaha, Ekavachanam, Ramau, Dvivachanam, Ramaha. So Rama and then Dirgham Rama and then Visarga Ramaha Bahuvachanam. Okay. Now let us see how the pronouns change. We have studied Eshaha and Saha. That is in Ekvachanam. So Eshaha Ramaha. This is Rama. How do we say the same sentence in Dvivachanam? Etau. Eshaha becomes Etau. Etau Ramau. And in Bahuvachanam, what do we say? Ete Rama. Ete Rama. So the pronoun Eshaha, in Ekavachanam it is Eshaha, Dvivachanam Etau, Bahuvachanam Ete. Eshaha, Etau, Ete. Okay. And Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. Okay. So the pronoun will not change with the Shabda. So whether it is Ramaha or Chatraha or Arjunaha or Ashvaha, Ashvaha also takes Pumlinga Shabda. Vrikshaha also, I told you, takes Pumlinga Shabda. So Eshaha Vrikshaha, this is a tree. Etau Vrikshau, these two are trees. Ete Vrikshaha, all these are trees. Okay. That is how we use the pronoun Eshaha. Now Saha. Now Eshaha and Saha, meaning wise they are same. They only indicate the distance, the proximity. Eshaha is used in close proximity, whereas Saha is used when the object is far away from us, person or object. So Saha, how does Saha change in Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam? Saha, Tau, Te. Eshaha, Etau, Ete. So A is something that is being added. Otherwise, Saha, Tau, Te, Eshaha, Etau, Ete. Okay. So Saha, Chatraha, that is a student. Chatraha means a student, a boy student. Chatra is a girl student. So Saha Chatraha, Tau Chatrau, Te Chatraha, Te Chatraha. Okay, those are students. Saha Chatraha, that is a student. Tau Chatrau, those two are students. Te Chatraha, all those are students. So that is how we use the pronouns Eshaha and Saha in Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam. Now coming to the Strilinga Shabda, Esha, Ete and Etaha. Esha, the pronoun Esha is in Ekavachanam. In Dvivachanam it becomes Ete and in Bahuvachanam it becomes Etaha. You can look it up on page number 6. On page number 6 we have the Strilinga pronouns. Esha, Ete, Etaha. Esha Lata. This is a creeper. Ete Late. These two are creepers. Etaha Lataha. All these are creepers. So the Sita Shabdam will be Sita, Site, Sitaha. Sita if there is only one Sita. Site when there are two Sitas. Sitaha when there are more than two. So similarly, Balika, one girl. Balike, two girls. Balikaha, more than two girls. Lata, one creeper. Late, two creepers. Lataha, more than two creepers. Okay. So Esha Lata, this is a creeper. Ete Late, these two are creepers. Etaha Lataha, all these are creepers. Okay. And similarly, Sa. Sa is used in far proximity, but meaning wise it is the same. So Sa Balika, that is a girl. Te Balike, those two are girls. It is far, the proximity is not close. So we are using those two girls. If it were Ete, these two girls. Otherwise, those two girls. So Te Balike, those two are girls. Taha Balikaha, all those are girls. Okay, Taha Balikaha. So Sa, Te, Taha, Esha, Ete, Etaha. Now, if you have noticed, Ete is there in the Pumlinga pronoun also. Eshaha, Etau, Ete, we said. In Strilingam also, Esha, Ete, Etaha. So there is Ete again here. So how are we going to identify which is Pumlinga and which is Strilinga. Now, if ete is given to you standalone, if the word ete is given, and if you are asked which linga is it and which vachanam it is, then you can say if it is considered as a Pumlinga, it will be Bahuvachanam. If we take it as Strilinga, it will be Dvivachanam. Okay, both are applicable. But if it is used along with a noun, like ete balakaha. Now, balakaha, pumlingam, balakaha, pumlinge bahuvachanam. So, ete balakaha indicates that these are boys. So, ete here is used in pumlinga bahuvachanam. And how did we know that? With the word balakaha. Now, if I say ete balike, now balike indicates strilinga dvivachanam. So ete balike, here ete is in strilinga dvivachanam. So if it is used along with a noun, then the noun will determine the linga and the vachana of ete. If ete is given to you as a separate word, just as a standalone word, then you can say in Pumlinga it is Bahuvachanam, in Strilinga it is Dvivachanam. Okay, so that is with the Strilinga pronouns. Now coming to the Napumsakalinga, etat, tat, right? Etat in close proximity, tat in far away. Now let us see. Etat, ete, etani. Etat is in ekavachanam, ete dvivachanam, etani bahuvachanam. So let us look at the noun, vanam. Vanam, vane, vanani. Vanam is ekavachanam, vane is dvivachanam, means if you have two forests, vane. Vanani, more than two forests. Okay. Pustakam, pustake, pustakani. One book, pustakam. Two books, pustake. More than two books, pustakani. Similarly, patram, patre, patrani. Patram can be considered as a paper. In some contexts, a leaf is also referred to as a patram. Similarly, parnam. Parnam is a leaf. Parnam, parne, parnani. Vastram, vastre, vastrani. Pushpam, pushpe, pushpani. Phalam, phale, phalani. So all these are Napumsakalinga Shabdams. In Ekavachanam, phalam. Dvivachanam, phale. Bahuvachanam, phalani. And the pronoun that goes with it, etat phalam, ete phale, etani phalani. This is a fruit, etat phalam. These two are fruits, ete phale. All these are fruits, etani phalani. That is a fruit, tat phalam. Those two are fruits, te phale. All those are fruits, tani phalani. Tat te tani, etat ete etani. Okay, so that is how we use the Napumsakalinga pronouns, Sarvanama Shabdaha. And then Sarvanama Shabda we did. Now, what if you want to ask who is he? We need to have an interrogative pronoun also. So this and that, but what? What is this or who is this? If it is Napumsaka, we use what? If it is not in Napumsaka, when I say Napumsaka, I mean in other languages, not in Sanskritam. So we use who. Who is this boy, right? And what is this book? If we are referring to a book. In other languages, for like plants and animals also, we use what only. What is this plant? What kind of animal is this? Like that we say. But again, in Sanskritam, depending on which linga that particular animal or non-living thing takes, we have to use the corresponding pronoun only. The corresponding pronoun and even the interrogative pronoun also, you have to use it the same linga. The linga should always match with the noun. The linga of the pronoun should always match the noun that it is being used with. Okay, we cannot say Eshaha Lata. We cannot use that. Eshaha is Pumlinga Shabda. It goes only with Pumlinga nouns. Esha is a Strilinga pronoun. And it goes only with Strilinga Shabdas. Okay. So the interrogative word Kaha is used for masculine. Kaha. So Saha Kaha means who is he? Saha Ramaha. He is Rama. Saha Balakaha. Saha Vaidyaha. He is a doctor. Saha Kaha. Saha Vaidyaha. Ramaha Kaha. Now there are a group of boys there. Among them, you are trying to identify a boy by the name Rama. So who is Rama among those boys? Ramaha Kaha. Who is Rama? Then somebody will say, Saha Ramaha. That boy is Rama. Saha Ramaha. Okay. So you can either say Saha Kaha, who is he? Or you can also ask Ramaha Kaha, who is Rama? So however the context demands, you can use the interrogative word Kaha. And then the vachanams Kaha, Kau, Ke. Like Saha, Tau, Te. Eshaha, Etau, Ete. Right? So the interrogative word also takes the three vachanas. Kaha, Kau, Ke. Etau, Kau. Who are these two boys? Okay. Balakau, Kau. Who are these two boys? Like Etau, Kau. Who are these two? Okay. There it is not clear that if it is it is boys or two trees. It can be referring to trees also. When I say Etau Kau, what are these two or who are these two? Okay, Etau Chatrau. These two are students. Chatrau Kau, who are these students? Like whose students, or what is the identity of these students? Chatrau Kau. Or there are again a group of boys among which some are students and some are not students, say for example, of that particular school. So Chatrau Kau, who are the students of this school in that context? So Kau. And then K. So Kaha, Kau, K. Again, K, it is just plural, but we can use it in the same sense. Ete K, who are these? Te Ke, who are those men? Te Purushaha Ke, who are those men? If you want to mention the men. Or Te Balakaha Ke, who are those boys? Te Balakaha Chatraha. Those boys are students. Okay, in that way we can use. So, Kaha, Kau, Ke is the interrogative word. Interrogative words in the three vachanas for Pumlinga. And that you will find on page number 8. On page number 8. Kaha, Kau, Ke. And then for Strilinga. Ka, Ke, Kaha. Sa, Te, Taha. The pronoun, right? So the interrogative word also will be similar. Ka, Ke, Kaha. Esha Ka. Who is this person? Esha Mallika. Esha Mahila. Esha Chhatra. This person is a student. Esha Mallika. This is a jasmine flower. If we are referring to a flower, if we are referring to a person with the name Mallika, then it will refer to the person depending on the context. And then Esha Ka. So Sita Ka. Now there are again a group of girls there. One girl's name is Sita, but you don't know which girl's name is Sita. So Sita Ka, who is Sita? Esha or Sa Sita, that girl is Sita. Like that. And then, so Esha and Sa with Ka. Similarly in Dvivachanam, Ke. Ete Ke, who are these two? Similarly, Te Ke, who are those two? Te Mahila, Te Mahile Ke, who are those two ladies? Te Mahile Shikshika, Shikshike. So those two ladies are teachers. Te Mahile Nartakyau. Those two ladies are dancers. Like this, we can use in such sentences. That is Dvivachanam. In Bahuvachanam, Taha. Etaha or Taha is the pronoun. So the interrogative word will be Kaha. So Etaha Kaha, who are these? We can be referring to ladies or girls or, in Strilinga Shabda also we can have. So, etaha mahilaha kaha. Who are these ladies? Etaha utpitikaha kaha. Utpitika means table. What are these tables? Okay, we might be asking, what are these tables doing here?
Madam?
Why are they here in that context? Yes?
Bhavataha nama kim? It's interrogative question. Bhavataha here Napunsakalinga or Purlinga, madam?
Pumlinga. Bhavataha is Pumlinga, but you're asking the name.
Bhavataha ka. Why can't we use ka there?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. Nama, you're asking for the name, right? So Nama is Napumsakalinga Shabda. So Nama Kim, what is the name? But you're asking your name. So your there is only indicating the relation as to whose name you're asking. But you're not asking who are you. If you want to ask who are you, then Bhavan Kaha will come. Then Kaha will come if you're asking a masculine person. If you're asking a feminine person, Bhavati Ka means you're addressing that person directly. But here, Bhavataha Namakim, you're asking the name. You're not asking about the person. You're asking
name is Napunsakalinga, so we have to change the interrogative
word to Kim.
Okay.
We use the interrogative word Kim. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
I'll come to the Napumsaka interrogative words and then you will understand. Okay. So, in Strilinga, Ka, Ke, Kaha. In Napumsakam, Kim, Ke, Kani. Kim Ekavachanam, Ke Dvivachanam, Kani Bahuvachanam. So, Etat Kim, what is this? Etat Pustakam, Etat Patram, Etat Yanam, Etat Chitram, whatever. Tat Kim, what is that? Tat Yanam, Tat Dwaram, Tat Vyajanam, Tat Vatainam, whatever it is that you are going to say. So, Etat and Tat. In Dvivachanam, Ete, Te. Ete, Ke, Ete, Pustake. Te, Ke, Te, Yane. Those two are vehicles. These two are books. Tani, Kani, what are those? Tani, Vanani. Those are forests. Etani, Kani, Etani, Phalani. These are fruits. All these are fruits. In that way. So earlier, the lady who asked the question, why did we use Kim in Bhavataha Nama Kim, Bharatyaha Nama Kim? So here, Bhavataha is indicating a masculine person and Bharatyaha is indicating a feminine. But we are not asking who are you. We are asking what is your name. See, even in English, who are you? 1 second. Okay. So here we are asking the name and Nama is a Napumsakalinga Padam. So Nama Kim, what is the name? And whose name are you asking? Bhavataha Nama Kim. Bharatyaha Nama Kim. So even in English, if you see, what is your name? But when you're asking directly who are you are using who. You are not saying what. You are not saying what are you. You are not saying who is your name. Right? So here, since we are asking about the name, we use Kim. Since Nama is a Napumsakalinga Padam, we use the interrogative Kim. Interrogative word Kim. So Kim, Ke, Kani. Okay. So here, for those who haven't attended last week's class, I hope you have listened to the recording. If not, you listen before the next class. So we have covered all this up until page number 8. We covered up until page number 8. On page number 7, there is an exercise. So basically, you have to match the pronouns with the appropriate nouns. So if the pronoun is in Pumlinga Ekavachanam, you have to pick a word that is also in Pumlinga Ekvachanam. I think it will be easy the other way around. You go to the box which has the words in pink. You pick the first word. Try to identify whether it is in Pumlinga, Strilinga or Napumsaka. And then if it is in Ekavachana, Dvivachana or Bahuvachana. And based on that, you can pick the appropriate pronoun. Now, so we have seen Ramaha Shabda, Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda in Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana. Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. Okay. In Strilinga, we did the Akaranta Strilinga. Sita, Site, Sitaha. But the Ikaranta we did not discuss. So if you take Gauri, Gauri, Gauryav, Gauryaha, that will be the Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana. Gauri is Ekavachana, Gauryav is Dvivachana, Gauryaha is Bahuvachana. There is no Dirgham in Gauryaha. If you put Dirgham, it will become Gauryaha and that will completely change the meaning of the word. Okay? Gauri, Gauryav, Gauryaha. So, if we use it with pronouns, Esha Gauri, this person is Gauri. Okay? Ete Gauryav, these two girls are Gauris. Etaha Gauryaha, all these girls are Gauris. Okay? So, and then let us pick another Nadi, for example. Esha or Sa Nadi, that is a river. Te Nadyav, those two are rivers. Taha Nadyaha, all those are rivers. Taha Nadyaha. It is not Nadyaha, there is no Dirgham, short Akaranta Nadyaha. Okay, all those are rivers. Okay, so that is the Ikaranta Strilinga Shabda. And then we discuss the Napumsakalingam, Akaranta Napumsakam. Vanam, Vane, Vanani. Phalam, Phale, Phalani. Pushpam, Pushpe, Pushpani. Okay, so in the Shabdas, we learned that the Shabdas will be in three lingas, Pumlinga, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga. And within the Pumlinga, depending on which Varnam it ends, in which vowel it ends, we can categorize the Shabdas within Pumlinga. We learned only Akaranta Pumlinga. There are Ikaranta Pumlinga, Sukaranta Pumlinga, Srikaranta, which we'll be learning in the following classes. But for now, we learned Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. So any noun, a masculine noun that ends in Hrasva Akara, it is called Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. And we use Rama as a standard comparative, for comparison. So Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. So when I say Drushtadhyumnaha, what will it be in Dvivachanam if I ask you? So many times yes. So it will be easy for us to know the Rama Shabda. We can always refer to Rama. What did Rama become in Dvivachanam? Ramau. So Drushtadhyumnau. For such reference only we use this Shabdas. Like whenever I say Akaranta Pumlinga Rama Shabda and I keep referring to Rama. Why? Because if you memorize the Rama Shabda, you can apply that with any Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. You don't have to again think much. Oh, in Rama Shabda, the Dvivachanam is Ramo. So Drushtadhyumnau, Chatraha, Chatrau. For any Akaranta Pumlinga, you can always fall back on this Rama Shabda. If you remember this one Shabda. And then Bahuvachanam, Ramaha. So what will Drushtadhyumnaha become in Bahuvachanam?
Drushtadhyumnaha.
Drushtadhyumnaha. What does Kauravaha become?
Kauravau, Kauravah.
Kauravau, Kauravah. Pandavaha?
Pandavau, Pandavaha.
Actually, Pandavaha, the Ekavachana Rupam is Panduhu. Okay, Panduhu. So Panduhu, Pandav, Pandavaha will become the, if it is the Panduraju. Right? The Panduraju, if you are referring to that Shabda, then Panduhu is the Shabda. and that is ukaranta, so it will be different. We haven't come to the ukaranta, so let us put that aside right now. But Pandavaha also means the son of Pandu. Son of Pandu is also referred to as Pandavaha, right? So that Pandavaha, like you said, will take Pandavaha, Pandavau, Pandavaha. Okay, but it only refers to the son of Pandu. But Pandu itself is again a masculine word, but it is Ukaranta, Pandu. It is ending in U. So that is again Ukaranta Pumlinga Shabda, which will also have Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bahuvachana Rupani, which will come to that later. So in masculine form, we have done Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Okay, so Arjunaha, Krishnaha, Vaidyaha, Nartakaha, Lekhakaha, writer, and so many words that we can come across. Here also we have some words you can practice with those. Shikshakaha, Sainikaha, Nakulaha, Dronaha, Gajaha, Simhaha. All these words are on page number 4. Deepaha, Sahodaraha, Janakaha, all such words. And then in Strilinga, we did 2 Shabdas. One is Akaranta Strilingam, and then we did Ekaranta Strilingam. For Akaranta Strilingam, the standard table that we use as reference is the Sita Shabdam. Sita, Site, Sitaha. So any Shabda that I give, you can use that. Say, for example, if I give you Sena. Sena is army, but it is an Akaranta Strilinga Shabdam. So what does Sena become in Bahuvachanam if you have 3 or 4 fleets of army?
Senaha.
Senaha. If you have 2 fleets of army?
Sena.
Sene. Sena, Sene, Senaha. Sita, Site, Sitaha. If there is only 1 army, 1 fleet of army, Sena. 2 fleets of army, Sene. More than 2 fleets of army, Senaha. Okay? Bhakta, a female devotee. 2 female devotees?
Bhakte, Bhaktaha.
Bhakte.
Bhakte, Bhaktaha. Esha Bhakta. Ete Bhakte. Etaha Bhaktaha. This person is a devotee. And it indicates that the devotee is a Mahila. Ete Bhakte. These 2 are devotees. Etaha Bhaktaha. Taha Bhaktaha. All those are devotees. Let them inside. Okay? When somebody is contemplating who are those, should we let them in or not? Etaha Bhaktaha. Let them in. All those are devotees only. Yes, they can come in. Like that. Okay? And then we have Ekaranta Shabda. In Strilinga, we studied 2. Akaranta Strilinga, Ekaranta Strilinga. Ekaranta Strilinga, Nadi, Gauri, Kupi. Kupi is a bottle or a well. We can take both. Janani, mother. Okay, Suchi, needle, and so on. So, Nadi, Nadyau, Nadyaha. Janani, Jananyau, Jananyaha. Now, Bhagini we say, right? Means a sister. Bhagini means sister. So, we commonly address other ladies of approximately our age or a little older than our age as Bhagini. If they are about the same age as us, it's up to you. You can refer to them as Bhagini or with name. If they are younger than us, you can refer to them with their names. Or Anuja. Anuja means younger sister. Agraja, elder sister. So all these are again Akaranta Strilinga Shabdams. But Bhagini is Ekaranta. So Bhagini, Bhaginyau, Bhaginyaha. Putri, Putri, Putriau, Putriyaha. Putraha in masculine. That is Akaranta Pumlinga. Putri, Ekaranta Strilinga. Okay? And so on. And then we have in Napumsakam, we learned only 1 Shabda, Akaranta Napumsakam. Vanam, Vane, Vanani. Vanam is the Shabdam we commonly use as the reference. Phalam, Phale, Phalani. Pushpam, Pushpe, Pushpani. And so on. And we also learned the pronouns that go with these 3 lingas in the 3 vachanas. But in each linga we have 2. One, when we are in close proximity, we have Eshaha for masculine, Esha for feminine and etat for napumsakam. When it is farther away from us, saha, sa, tat. Saha for pumlinga, sa for strilinga, tat for napumsakam. And then we also learned the interrogative words kaha, ka, kim. Kaha for pumlinga, ka for strilinga, kim for napumsakam. Okay, so these are what we learned. And if you want to remember the shabdas, which you have to, it is given on page number 7. Page number 7, on the top part of the page, you can see akaranta pumlinga. Okay, here they took yadavaha as an example. Okay, yadavaha, yadavau, yadavaha, like ramaha, ramau, ramaha. Akaranta strilinga, sena, sene, senaha, like sita, site, sitaha. Ikaranta strilinga, mahi, mahyau, mahyaha. Okay, like nadi, nadyau, nadyaha. Akaranta napumsakam. Here they have taken sukham. Sukham, sukhe, sukhani. We took vanam. Vanam, vane, vanani. But once you are given one, then irrespective of whichever word is given to you, you should be able to tell the ekavachanam, dvivachanam and bahuvachanam. Okay, so that is the practice that we need to do for these lessons. Okay, now let us see page number 9. Krishnaha gopikaha cha. Okay, so here eshaha Krishnaha. In the picture these words are given. Ete phale, ete late, okay, etani kamalani, esha nadi, etau vrikshau, ete hamsaha, etad jalam. Jalam is napumsakam. So etad jalam, etaha gopikaha. Okay, so that is in the picture. Now here again few more are given for just for our practice. I will read them aloud. You can listen. Saha parthaha tau dhanurdharau te sainikaha. Let us do an abhyasam. For saha parthaha, what will be the dvivachanam and bahuvachanam?
Tau pardau.
Tau parthau. Bahuvachanam?
Te partah.
Te parthaha. Tau dhanurdharau. What will be the ekvachanam of that?
Saha dhanurdaha.
Saha dhanurdharaha.
Dhanurdharaha. Saha dhanurdharaha means he is the one who is wearing the dhanus. What will be the bahuvachanam?
Te dhanurdharaha.
Te dhanurdharaha. Dhanurdharaha.
Okay, ma'am.
You can repeat it.
Te dhanurdharaha.
Yes. Whenever you are having trouble with a word, say it several times until you get it correctly. Okay. Te sainikaha. What will be the ekvachanam of that?
Saha sainika.
Saha
Sainikaha.
Sainikaha.
Saha sainikaha. Dvivachanam?
Tau sainikau.
Tau sainikau. Bahuvachanam?
Te
sainika.
Te sainikaha. Say the same sentences using eshaha.
Eshaha sainikaha.
Eshaha?
Eshaha sainikaha. Etau sainikau. Ete sainikaha.
Uttamam. Now sa kunti. What will be the dvivachanam?
Sa kunti.
Te kunte.
Kunti is ikarantam. One second. Somebody said kunte.
Yes, madam.
Kunti is ikara. What does ikara nadi shabdam become in dvivachanam?
Nadyau.
So kunti will become?
Kuntyau.
Kuntyau. So sa kunti Te kuntyau. Bahuvachanam?
Taha kuntyah.
Taha kuntyah. Okay. Te sainike. Te sainike. What will be the ekavachanam of that?
Saha Sainikah.
Saha sainikah.
Saha sainikah. Okay. What will be the dvivachanam?
Te sainike.
It is given in dvivachanam. Now, another thing. So, when I asked for the ekavachanam, you said saha sainikah. Okay. Now, here, sainikaha is pumlinga shabdam. Sainika, you can take as strilinga, a female soldier. So, if we have sainika, a female soldier, ekavachanam, then the dvivachanam will be te sainike.
Te
Right?
sainike. Yeah.
So, what will be the ekavachanam of this?
Saha sainike.
Sa
Sainika.
Sa sainika. What will be the bahuvachanam?
Taha
Te
sainikah.
Taha sainikaha. Uttamam. If we are going to take it as pumlinga, now see, this can be either pumlingam or strilingam, right? If it is pumlingam, it is in bahuvachanam. If it is strilingam, it is in dvivachanam, right? So there are two possibilities here in te sainike. If you consider it as pumlinga, it is bahuvachanam, te sainike. Ekavachanam will be saha sainikaha. If we take it as strilingam, it is in dvivachanam. So the ekavachanam will be sa sainika. So such situations will come occasionally, like ajaha, the male goat. Ajaha is a male goat. Aja is a female goat. Okay, the bahuvachanam is ajaha for both. Ajaha. So if I simply say ajaha, it can be a group of male goats or it can be a group of female goats. So if I say te aje, sorry, te, no.
This is Strilinga Shabda only.
This is Strilinga only, yes, correct. Why? Because the sainike in Pumlinga is not there. Sainikah it will become. Right? If it were in Pumlinga, te sainikah, Ramaha Shabdam. Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha. So sainikaha, sainikau, sainikah it should be. So there is no confusion here. It cannot be Pumlinga Bahuvachanam. It is only Strilinga Dvivachanam. Because the sainike itself indicates that it cannot be Pumlinga. It has to be Strilinga. So this is in Strilinga Dvivachanam. Similarly for Ajaha also, only in Bahuvachanam and only if the word is given Ajaha, there is confusion. But if we want to, if Ajaha represents a group of male goats, then we'll say Te Ajaha. So the Te will tell whether Ajaha is Pumlinga or Strilinga. Because Ajaha is in Bahuvachanam, Te also has to be in Bahuvachanam, and Te is in Bahuvachanam only in Pumlinga. Right? But if I say Taha Ajaha, so here Taha is giving away that Ajaha is Strilinga. If I were to take Te in Strilinga, then I would have to say Te Aje. I cannot say Te Ajaha if Te is in Dvivachanam. So either it will be Te Ajaha or it will be Te Aje. Okay, if we are using the Te pronoun. So in the first case, Te Ajaha indicates Te is in Pumlinga Bahuvachanam. In the second case, Te Aje, Te indicates Strilinga Dvivachanam. So similar case this also is. So Te Sainike. Sainike indicates Dvivachanam in Strilinga. So this is in Dvivachanam. Te Sainike. This is only in Strilinga. It cannot be in Pumlinga. Earlier I made a mistake when I said it is Pumlinga Bahuvachanam. And then we have Ta Sakhyaha. Taha Sakhyaha. So what is the Ekavachanam of that? What will be the Ekavachanam of that?
Sa Sakhi.
Sa Sakhi. Uttamam. What is the Dvivachanam?
Te Sakyau.
Te Sakhyau. And Bahuvachanam Taha Sakhyaha. Can you repeat the sentences using Esha?
Yesa Sakhi. Yete Sakyau. Yetag Sakyaha.
Uttamam. Etaha Sakhyaha. Esha Sakhi. Ete Sakhyau. Etaha Sakhyaha. Tat Mahabharatam. What will be the Dvivachanam of this? Anyone?
Te Mahabharate.
Te Mahabharate. Bahuvachanam?
Tani Mahabharatani.
Mahabharatani.
Tani Mahabharatani. Te Kavye. What will be the Ekavachanam of that?
Sa Kavyam.
Now here, Sa Kavyam. Kavyam you put it in Napumsakam and Sa you put it in Strilingam. So what can we say? Tat Kavyam. Kavyam is a Napumsakalinga Shabdam. So, like you said, when Te Kavye is there, you need to know that Kavyam is a Napumsakalinga Shabdam. If we don't know whether it is a Napumsakalinga Shabdam or not, then you wouldn't know if this is in Napumsakam or Strilingam, because in both it will be Te Kavye only, right? If Kavya were to be in Strilinga, then the Rupam will be the Te Kavye. If it is Napumsakam also, it will be Te Kavye. So we need to know whether this is Napumsakam or Strilinga Shabdam. For that, we need to know whether Kavya Shabda is Strilingam or Napumsakam. So Kavyam. Kavyam is usually Napumsakalinga Shabdam. Okay. So Te Kavye is a Napumsaka Dvivachanam. So in Ekavachanam, it will become Tat Kavyam.
Kavyam.
Bahuvachane?
Tani
Tani Kavyani.
Tani Kavyani. Tani Puranani. What is the Ekavachanam of that?
Tat Puranam.
Dvivachanam?
Te Purane.
Bahuvachanam Tani Purani.
Tani Purani.
And then we have Eshaha Krishnaha. In Dvivachanam?
Etau Krishnau.
Bahuvachane?
Ete Krishne.
Ete Krishnaha. Etau Vrikshau. Ekavachanam?
Eshaha Vrikshaha.
Bahuvachanam?
Etau Vrikshau.
Bahuvachanam.
Ete Vrikshaha.
Ete Vrikshaha. Ete Hamsaha. Ekavachanam?
Eshaha Hamsaha.
Dvivachanam?
Etau Hamsau.
Bahuvachanam? Ete Hamsaha.
Ete Hamsaha.
Esha Nadi. Dvivachanam?
Ete Nadyau.
Nadyau.
Bahuvachanam?
Etaha Nadyaha.
Nadyaha. There is no dirgham. Okay? Etaha Nadyaha. Ete Late. It is in Dvivachanam. What is the Ekavachanam?
Esha Lataha.
Lata. Ekavachanam.
Lata.
Esha Lata. Dvivachanam?
Ete Late.
Bahuvachanam?
Etah Lata.
Etaha Lataha. Etaha Gopikaha. Ekavachanam?
Esha Gopikaha. Esha Gopikaha.
Esha Gopika. Dvivachanam?
Ete Gopike.
Ete Gopike. Bahuvachanam?
Etah Gopikaah.
Etad Jalam. Dvivachanam.
Yete jale.
Bahuvachanam.
Yetani jalani.
Ete phale. Ekavachanam.
Yetat phalam.
Bahuvachanam.
Yetani phalani.
Etani kamalani. Ekavachanam.
Etat kamalam.
Dvivachanam.
Ete kamale.
Yes. So, moving on to page number 10. We have an abhyasam here. So, we have to put the appropriate pronouns. For Krishna, what are the appropriate pronouns? Anyone?
Saha, Eshaha.
Eshaha saha.
Eshaha or Saha? Saha Krishnaha, Eshaha Krishnaha. We can use anyone. Vrikshau. What are the appropriate pronouns for Vrikshau?
Etau. Etau vrikshau.
Etau.
Tau.
Or Tau. We can say Etau Vrikshau or Tau Vrikshau. Grammatically, both are correct. But if the Vrikshau are closer to you, you have to use only Etau. And if the trees are far away from you, then we use Tau Vrikshau. But grammatically, we can use either Etau or Tau. Late. What are the pronouns for Late?
Ete or te.
Te.
Ete or te. Gopika.
Esha gopika.
Sa.
Esha Gopika.
Or
Sa.
Sa.
Sa Gopika. Barham.
Etat. Etat.
Etat or tat.
One second.
Falani. Etani.
One second. Okay. So where were we? Paranani.
Parnani. Etani or tani.
Etani Paranani. Or Tani Paranani. Parnam.
Parnam next also same.
Same.
Parnam.
Etat.
Etat.
Etat. Tat.
Phale.
Phale. Yete phale or te phale.
Mala.
Esha
Madam, 1 minute.
Mala.
We are writing also.
Esha Mala or
Sa mala.
Sa mala.
Hamsau.
Hamtau.
Esha.
Esha
Etau. Etau or tau.
Hamsa.
Etau Hamsau or Tau Hamsau. Vrikshaha.
Eshaha or saha.
No. Vrikshaha.
Te.
Bahuvachane asti.
Ete vrikshaha. Te vrikshaha.
Ete Vrikshaha or Te Vrikshaha. Enyaha.
Okay. Bahuvachan.
Venyaha.
Kanakan, please.
Etat.
Etaha.
Taha Venyaha or Etaha Venyaha. This is
Venyaha.
Strilinga Ikaranta Bahuvachanam. What will be the Ekavachanam of that?
Veni.
Veni. Veni means hair.
Madam, tell me that once again. Venyaha.
Venyaha is Ikaranta Pumlinga like Nadi, Nadyaha. So Veni, Venyaha. Veni is the Ekavachana form. Okay, so Venyaha is in Bahuvachanam. So Taha Venyaha or Etaha Venyaha. In Ekavachanam it will be Sa Veni or Esha Veni. Lata.
So, ma'am, what is the Dvivachana for Veni?
Venyau.
Venya. Okay.
Veni, Venyau, Venyaha. Like Krishna Veni. Krishnaveni, Krishnavenyau, Krishnavenyah. We can say like that. Lata.
Esha.
Isha Lata or
Salata.
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 Gopika.
Esha Lata.
Gopika.
Esha Gopika or Sa Gopika.
Gopike.
Ete Gopike.
Ete Gopike or Te Gopike. So Gopika, it is Akaranta Strilinga Shabda. Shakhaha.
Ete.
Now first identify whether it is Strilinga, Pumlinga or Napumsaka.
Strilingam.
Strilingam. Shakha is Akaranta
Esha
Strilingam.
Sakha.
It is in Bahuvachanam. The word here is given in Bahuvachanam.
Ete or Te.
Taha. Etaha. Shakaha.
Taha Shakhaha or Etaha Shakhaha. The Ekavachanam will be Sa Shakha, Esha Sakha. In Dvivachanam it will be Ete Shakhe
Ete Shakhe.
or
Te
Te
Shakhe.
Shakhe. Vastrani.
Tani.
Etani Vastrani.
Tani Vastrani or Etani Vastrani. In Ekavachanam, what will it be in Ekavachanam?
Tat Vastram.
Tat Vastram.
Or Etat Vastram.
Etat Vastram.
Kamalani.
Kamalani. Tani Kamalani or
Tani Kamalani or
Etani
Etani Kamalani.
Tani.
Tani Kamalani or Etani Kamalani. Now here we are given the tables of the pronouns that we have studied at one place. So it will be easy for you to study and memorize these. So Eshaha Etau Ete, Saha Tau Te, Kaha Kau Ke. All these are in Pumlinga. Eshaha Etau Ete we use in close proximity. Saha Tau Te when in for far proximity. Kaha Kau Ke for interrogative. And then Esha, Ete, Etaha for Strilinga. Sa, Te, Taha. Again Strilinga for far proximity. Ka, Ke, Kaha for interrogative pronouns. Etat, Ete, Etani. Tat, Te, Tani. Kim, Ke, Kani. So we have all this in one place. And the Shabdas also we have Akaranta Pumlinga, Akaranta Strilinga, Ikaranta Strilinga and Akaranta Napumsaka on page number 7. Okay. So these are what we have learned so far. The Shabdas and their based on the Antas. And then again pronouns for Strilinga, Pumlinga and Napumsaka. So these tables you have to memorize. Okay. Then there won't be that confusion when we are trying to use it in a sentence. This boy, that boy, this lady, those ladies. So for such phrases, it will become easy for you if you memorize these tables. Now let us look at the second question given. Etani rupani patitva etesham uttaranam prashna vakyani likata. Now we have to write the question for the sentence given. Like in the udaharanam, eshaha granthalayah. Eshaha kaha. Earlier we discussed, right, how to frame a question. So here also he is asking. But we have to follow the linga and the vachana. So ete chhatraha. First you have to determine which linga it is in. Ete chhatraha. In which linga is in this sentence?
Pullinga.
Linga. So what will be the interrogative question? You have the tables right above. You can read the tables and tell.
Ete Chatra Ke, madam.
Ete chhatraha is the sentence. We have to write a question for it. Somebody asked us a question. For that we gave the answer Ete chhatraha. What will the question be?
Ke Chatraha.
Ete Kaha.
Ete ke.
Ete,
K,
sorry,
right?
ete
For
ke.
Pumlinga, it is K. So,
K.
Ete K, who are these people? Ete Chhatraha.
Traha.
These people are students. Okay? Etat Mandiram.
Etat
Etat
Kim.
Kim.
Etat kim, what is this? Etat mandiram.
Etat kim?
Etaha sanchikaha.
एताः काः
Etaha
Etaha
kaha, what are these? These are
kaha.
magazines. Sanchikaha means magazines. Etau sahodarau.
एतौ कौ
Etau kau. Who are these two? These two are brothers. Sahodaraha means brother. Sahodarau, brothers. Two brothers. Esha Sakhi.
Esha ka.
Esha ki
Ka.
ka.
Correct. Esha Ka. Sakhi is a Strilinga Shabdam. Ekavachanam. So you have to use the Strilinga Ekavachana interrogative word which is Ka. Esha Ka. Esha Sakhi. Sakhi means friend. Ete Bandhavaha.
Ete ke.
Ete Ke which
No,
linga is
no.
it? Pumlinga. Pumlinga. Ete Bandhavaha. Bandhavaha.
Ete
Pumlinga.
ke.
So ete ke is
Ete
fine.
ke.
Ete ke ete bandhavaha. Saha sachivaha.
सः कः
Saha kaha uttamam.
Saha kaha.
Saha sachivaha. Saha
Tani parnani.
kaha.
Tani.
Tani
Tani
Tani.
parnani. Tani kani. Tani parnani. Te nakshatre. Which
Te
linga is
ke.
this sentence in?
नपुंसकलिङ्गं
Napumsakam.
द्विवचनं
Napumsakalingam. So what will be the question?
Te
ते
ke.
Te ke. What will it be if it is in ekavachanam?
तत् किं
Tat kim. What will it be in bahuvachanam?
तानि कानि
Tani kani. Yes. Uttamam. Tau karyalayau. Ekavachanam. Sorry.
Tau kau.
First, tau kau. In
Tau
ekavachanam,
kau
the same
ta
sentence in ekavachanam.
ka.
Huh?
Ta ka.
It is in which
सः
lingam?
कार्यालयः
Purlinga, madam. Purlinga.
It is pumlinga. So the ekavachanam will be saha
Esha
kaha. Or saha karyalayaha. Saha kaha. And the answer will be saha karyalayaha. Taha vijñapikaha. What will the question be?
Taha kaha.
Uttamam. Taha kaha. In ekavachanam?
सा का
ka.
Sa ka. Uttamam. Sa vridha. What will the question be?
Sa ka.
Sa ka. Uttamam. Sa ka. Sa
Sa
vridha.
ka.
Who is this? Who is this lady? She is an old lady. Okay. Sa ka means who is she? She is an old lady. Sa vridha. Okay. Okay. So, as homework, what I want you to do is, for all the sentences starting from page number 4, okay, starting from page number 4, I want you to write down in your notebooks every sentence that is there. Like say for example on page number 4, Krishna and Arjuna and all are there. Saha Suryaha is there. Eshaha Jayadrathaha is there, right? So you write Saha Suryaha. You write the Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam of that. Saha Suryaha, Tau Suryau, Te Suryaha. Like that. And then Eshaha Suryaha, Etau Suryau, Ete Suryaha. And then Eshaha Jayadrathaha. Take that sentence. Eshaha Jayadrathaha, Etau
Etau jayatratau. Ete
Jayadrathaha.
jayadrathaha.
And then again rewrite the same using Saha. Saha Jayadrathaha, Tau Jayadratau, Te Jayadrathaha. In that way, I want you to write all the sentences. And then we have in the box, from the box, you are supposed to make using Eshaha, Eshaha Shikshakaha, Eshaha Sainikaha, and so on, right? Write all the 3 vachanas. if you can rewrite the sentences using saha. And similarly, in the right hand side, you have a box where saha you are supposed to use. You first write with saha, tau, te, all three vachanas. Again, rewrite them with eshaha, if your time permits. That will give you that extra practice, and you don't have to again spend time on memorizing the tables. You will get them. You will have them memorized. Similarly, for akaranta strilinga and ikaranta strilinga, and then for akaranta napumsaka. And then again on page number 5 also, we have this eshaha ashvaha, etau ashvau, ete ashvaha, and then beneath that we have again another exercise. That exercise also you rewrite. Okay? Everything, whatever we discuss in class, don't simply fill up the blanks in this workbook. You have to rewrite them in your notebook. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
The complete sentence. Now, if there is a blank somewhere, don't try to write only word that fits in the blank. Rewrite the whole sentence. That will give you very good practice. Okay? And this one, on page number 7, we have exercise. Like I told you, I explained how to do that earlier. So do that exercise also. And if your time permits, try to write the other vachanas. Say, for example, we have nartakyaha. In the right hand side box, the first word is nartakyaha. So can you tell the vachana and the linga of this word?
एषः नर्तक्यः
No. Nartaki.
एषा नर्तकी.
Esha nartaki. Nartakyaha is in bahuvachanam. Ikaranta bahuvachana rupam. So what will be the pronoun?
एते
No. Etaha nartakyaha. Etaha nartakyaha or taha nartakyaha. You can use either one of those. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So take nartakyaha. So first we have to identify the linga and then the vachana. Then only you can put the appropriate pronoun. Without identifying that, if you pick any pronoun, we might get it wrong. So this is strilinga, ikaranta strilinga bahuvachanam. So since it is strilinga bahuvachanam, taha or etaha. Geetam. Geetam is napumsaka ekavachanam.
नपुंसकलिङ्गं
So either tat or etat.
एतत्
Abharanani. Napumsaka
नपुंसकलिङ्गं
bahuvachanam. So
एतानि
tani or etani. Upanyasaha. This is akaranta pumlinga.
पुल्लिङ्गशब्दः
Shaha or
एषः और
saha.
सः
Janabhasha. Akaranta strilinga. So either akaranta strilinga ekavachanam. So sa or esha.
एषा
Patre. Now patre can be either strilinga or napumsaka in dvivachanam.
एते
That is when we need to understand if it is napumsakam or strilingam. It is napumsakam. Okay, patram. In such cases, you can refer to the dictionary to know whether this particular patra word is napumsakam or strilingam. You can refer to the dictionaries. Kupyaha. So this is again kupi.
Purlinga.
Ikaranta strilinga in bahuvachanam. So etaha or taha. And then mapike. Mapike. It is
स्त्रीलिंग
again,
शब्द द्विवचन.
Yes. But again, it could be napumsaka dvivachanam also. That is when you need to know which linga it is. It is strilinga. For such references, we can refer to the dictionary. Prakoshtau. It is like Ramau. So it has to be pumlinga dvivachanam. So etau or tau. Okay. Kantaha. Akaranta pumlinga. Ekavachanam. So saha or eshaha. Gulikaha.
स्त्रीलिंग शब्द मैडम.
Strilinga bahuvachanam. Gulika is the ekavachana rupam. So since this is in bahuvachanam, we use etaha or taha. Talaha. Again, this is also a strilinga shabdam. So, no. Actually,
पुल्लिंग
no.
बहुवचन मैडम.
1 second. So it is not napumsakam. Last week we checked. We had the same question. It is there in both strilinga and pumlinga. So you can either write te talaha or taha talaha. Both are fine. Okay. And snusha, it is again akaranta strilinga shabdam. Snusha means daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law.
Akaranta strilinga, so esha or sa. Rathau, it is like Rathau.
Dvivachana Purlinga.
Pullinga dvivachanam. So tau or etau. Sevakaha. Pumlinga bahuvachanam.
Purlinga Bahuvachan.
So te or ete. Shankhaha. This is also Pumlinga bahuvachanam. So te or ete. Dheryaha. It is ikaranta strilinga bahuvachanam. Dheri. The singular is dheri. So in since this is in bahuvachanam, the pronouns will be taha or etaha. Lokayanani.
It's
Napumsaka
Napunsakalinga Bahuvachan.
Tani or etani. Mamakaha. It is akaranta pumlinga shabdam. So ete or te. Gramaha. Gramaha. It is also akaranta pumlinga. So gramam also is there, but gramaha is more commonly used. So akaranta pumlinga. So ete or te. Parnani. Napumsaka bahuvachanam. So tani or etani. Ghatyau.
Dvivachan Purlinga.
So tau or etau. Shlokaha. Pumlinga bahuvachanam. Right? Shlokaha is the ekavachanam. So te or ete. Abhyasaha. Again, this also Pumlinga bahuvachanam. So te or ete. Suchyaha. Suchi is the ekavachanam. Strilinga ikaranta bahuvachanam. So taha or etaha. Taha suchyaha. Etaha. Shatika. Akaranta strilinga ekavachanam. So sa or esha. Asanam. Napumsaka ekavachanam. So tat or etat. Mala. Akaranta strilinga. Esha or sa. Vastre. Vastram
Napumsakalingam.
Vastram we studied as Napumsakam. So this is in Dvivachanam. So te or ete. Te vastre or ete vastre. Pandavau.
It's Dvivachan Purlinga.
So tau or etau. Etau Pandavau or tau Pandavau. Draupadeyaha. Draupadeyaha means Draupadi's son. So it is Akaranta Pumlinga. Draupadeyaha is in Bahuvachanam. Means the sons of Draupadi. So since it is in Bahuvachanam, ete or te. Ete Draupadeyaha or te Draupadeyaha. Nayakaha. Akaranta Pumlinga ekavachanam. So saha or eshaha. Hayaha. Hayaha.
Hayaha Purlinga Shabdaha.
So te or ete. Pitamaha. Again, akaranta pumlinga, but ekavachanam. So, saha or eshaha. Syandane. Syandanam. It is a napumsakalinga shabdam. It is in dvivachanam. So, te or ete. Te syandane or ete syandane. Samskrita griham. This is napumsakalingam. So tat or etat. Okay. So this we have done last week. I'm just repeating because for many this is the first time they are doing Samskritam, and it can get confusing. So that is why I did not cover too many new things this week. Just revise what we did last week, and we did page number 9 and 10. Okay. We'll start the next lesson in the next class. We'll stop here. If anyone have any questions, you can ask. So initially you might feel a little overwhelming, which is totally fine. You are supposed to feel a little overwhelming. If you don't feel, then feel very good about it. If you feel overwhelming, you tell yourself that it is the normal thing. So you don't have to worry about it. It can get confusing. That also is normal. But the solution for that is practicing. The only way we can overcome that confusion is through practice. So don't expect you don't expect, like, listen one class, don't expect you should be able to remember everything. It won't happen that fast. Constant practice is needed. So many times what happens is, when people come to learn Sanskritam, they feel that after a few classes, they should be able to memorize and understand everything. And if they are unable to do that, then they think too hard for them. No, with practice, if we don't practice, everything will be hard. If you practice everything, we will be able to learn. So that I can definitely tell. But from your side, what I need is a promise to spend at least 15 minutes every day initially. And as we progress through the lessons, then slowly you have to increase that time to 1 hour per day. So initially 15 minutes, slowly 20 minutes, after that half an hour, like that, little by little, as we are progressing, you also have to spend more time, and ultimately at least 1 hour every day. If you are able to put more than 1 hour, then it is only you who are going to benefit from that. So I would like you all to remember that, because you all came on your own, by your own selves, like you wanted to learn, and you yourselves came forward. So this is something you want to do, and which is a wonderful thing to do, wonderful experience learning Sanskritam. So don't give up at all. At any point, if you feel something is difficult, you can contact me. I will be more than happy to help you. But don't discontinue thinking that it is difficult. It is not difficult, but it will take time and practice. Nothing comes easy, right? And and especially since we are not in that environment of listening constantly Sanskritam, otherwise we can master it even more faster and easily. Since we are not in that environment, only our work is the only way that we are going to work through it. So keep that in mind, because many times people feel discouraged that they are unable to do something. Don't do that. At this age, we at least felt like learning Sanskritam. I think only blessed people will get that thought of learning Sanskritam. So we are all blessed souls, that is for sure. So we'll just move forward in this learning journey. All of us are here to learn. A few people might be able to take a few steps ahead of us, and others will be following, which is fine. It is like when we are going for a walk, right? Some people will be a little ahead and some people will be a little behind. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, all of us will reach the destination a little later or earlier. So don't feel intimidated by anything else. Just, we all shall learn at our own pace. But since we are in a group, we have to follow. So that is why we keep moving forward. We cannot wait until everyone is able to catch up. But constant revisions will be happening. So there will be plenty of opportunities for people who fall behind to catch up. And since we are recording the sessions, that is another opportunity for you to catch up on any session that you have missed because of any other commitments. Okay, so we'll meet again next Monday, and by then I will expect you to do the homework. So anyone who would like to say the Shanti Mantra?
अहं वदामि वाजि राजेन्द्र।
अस्तु महोदय।
आम्। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। धन्यवादः अध्यापिका।
धन्यवादः महोदय।